If getting up from a chair feels harder than it used to, if stairs leave your legs tired faster, or if you just do not feel as steady on your feet anymore, do not ignore that too quickly. A lot of people over 60 tell themselves the same thing. This is just aging. This is normal. This is nothing to worry about. But that is not always true. Weak legs do not just make you feel tired. They can quietly change the way you walk, the way you balance, and the way you move through daily life. And the reason so many people miss the early signs is simple. It usually does not happen all at once. It happens little by little. Maybe you pause before standing up. Maybe you avoid stairs more than you used to. Maybe your walks are getting shorter. Maybe you feel less confident walking through a parking lot, a grocery store, or even around your own home. That is why this matters. When your legs begin to lose strength, it affects more than comfort. It can begin to affect your independence. Things that once felt automatic can start to feel harder than they should. And many older adults do not respond right away because they assume it is just age. So they adjust. They slow down. They do less. But the earlier you notice the signs, the better chance you have to protect your strength, your balance, and your confidence. In this video, I am going to walk you through 5 common signs that your legs may be getting weaker after 60. These signs are easy to miss, but they can tell you a lot about how your body is changing and what deserves your attention. So stay with me, because one of these signs may already be showing up in your daily life. Let us start with the first one, and it is one of the most common. Getting up from a chair starts to feel harder. Think about how many times you stand up in a normal day, from the couch, from the kitchen chair, from the bed, from the car. It is such a basic movement that most people never think about it until it changes. That is exactly why this sign matters. If you have started pushing off the armrest, pressing your hands into your thighs, or leaning forward more just to stand up, that is worth noticing. At first, it can feel small. You may tell yourself you are just being careful. Maybe the chair is low. Maybe you are a little tired. And sometimes that is true. But if this keeps happening, it may be one of the earliest signs that your legs are not as strong as they used to be. Standing up smoothly takes more lower body strength than most people realize. Your thighs, hips, and core all work together to lift you and steady you at the same time. When those muscles begin to weaken, your body naturally looks for help, and your hands often start doing more of the work. This does not mean something is seriously wrong, but it does mean your body may be asking for attention before a small change becomes a bigger one. And if standing up has become harder lately, the next sign may sound very familiar too, especially when stairs are involved. And that leads to the next sign, one many people notice before they ever talk about it. Stairs start to feel harder. Maybe you can still go up just fine, but now it takes more effort than it used to. Your legs feel tired halfway up. You slow down without meaning to. You reach for the handrail right away, not just out of habit, but because it helps you feel safer and more steady. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Stairs put more demand on your legs than most everyday movements. Your thighs, hips, calves, and balance all have to work together at the same time. That is why stairs often reveal weakness earlier than flat ground does. They make small changes easier to notice. A lot of people explain this away. They tell themselves the stairs are too steep, they are just having an off day, or maybe they did not sleep well. And sometimes that may be true. But if your legs keep feeling heavy, if you get tired faster than before, or if you find yourself relying on that railing more and more, it is worth paying attention. The key is not one difficult day. The key is the pattern. When something ordinary starts feeling harder again and again, your body may be telling you that your lower body strength is changing. And once that starts happening on stairs, you may begin noticing it somewhere else too, in the way you walk. This next sign often shows up quietly. You may notice that you are walking more slowly, taking shorter steps, or getting tired more easily during normal daily activities. Nothing dramatic. Just a small change that keeps showing up. You are still walking through the house, still going to the store, still moving through your day, but something feels different. Your pace is slower. Your legs feel heavier after a short walk. You may stop sooner than you used to. And without really thinking about it, your steps may become smaller and more careful. Many people assume this is just part of getting older. But sometimes it is your body adjusting to legs that no longer feel as strong or as steady as they once did. Shorter steps can be your body trying to stay safe. Walking slower can be your body trying to stay in control. That may seem like a small change, but it matters more than most people realize. Because once walking starts to change, everyday freedom starts to change with it. A trip through a parking lot, a grocery store, or even around the neighborhood can begin to feel like more effort than it should. And when walking changes, the next sign often follows. It is not just about moving slower. It is the feeling that you are no longer as steady on your feet as you used to be. And that leads to the next sign. And for many people, this is the one that feels the most unsettling. You no longer feel as steady on your feet. Maybe you feel slightly off balance when you turn too quickly. Maybe you reach for a wall, a counter, or the back of a chair without even thinking about it. Or maybe there are small moments when you just do not feel as stable as you used to. At first, this can be very easy to dismiss. You may notice it when walking on uneven ground, when stepping off a curb, when turning around too fast, when moving through a crowded space. These moments may seem small, but they matter because they can be an early sign that your legs are no longer giving you the same support and control they once did. Strong legs do more than help you move. They help you stay steady. And when lower body strength starts to decline, balance can begin to change with it. That is where many people start becoming more cautious without fully realizing why. They walk a little slower, they take fewer chances, they move less, and over time that can create a cycle. Less movement leads to less strength, and less strength leads to even less confidence. The important thing is not to panic, it is simply to notice. If you have been feeling more wobbly, more careful, or less sure on your feet, that is something worth paying attention to. And for many people, there is one final sign that brings all of this together. You start avoiding things that once felt normal. Maybe you take the stairs less often. Maybe you park closer than you used to because walking across a large lot feels more tiring. Maybe you sit down sooner while cooking, skip walks you used to enjoy, or avoid carrying things that once felt easy. These choices can seem small, but together they tell a bigger story. This final sign is not just about strength, it is about confidence. It is about how much you trust your own body. When your legs no longer feel steady or reliable, you naturally begin protecting yourself. You do a little less. You move a little less. You choose the easier option more often. And while that may seem harmless at first, over time it can slowly shrink your daily life. That is why weak legs matter more than many people realize. They do not just affect how you stand up, climb stairs, or walk across a room. They can affect your balance, your activity, and your independence. But here is the good news. Noticing these signs early is not a reason to feel discouraged. It is a reason to pay attention. Small changes are easier to address than bigger ones. And the sooner you notice them, the sooner you can start taking simple steps to support your strength, your balance, and your confidence. So if any of these signs sounded familiar, do not ignore them. If standing up feels harder, if stairs feel heavier, if your steps are getting slower, if you feel less steady, or if you have quietly started avoiding everyday activities, those are all signs worth noticing. And if one of these signs felt especially familiar to you, let me know in the comments. I would really like to hear which one stood out the most in your daily life. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more simple videos on senior health and mobility, and share this with someone over 60 who may need to hear it too. Sometimes the earliest signs are the easiest to miss, and noticing them early can make a real difference.